Hello beautiful people, how's it going? I'm back with another video, and today we're watching episode 4 of House of the Dragon, my favorite show out right now. If you guys are new to my channel, hello, I would like to show you this statistic. Almost 50% of my viewers are not subscribed, so you, yes you, should consider subscribing. I absolutely have adored every single episode of the show so far, and I can't wait to get back into the world of Westeros and see what's going on with Rhaenyra and Daemon and Alicent, Viserys and Corlys and Otto. Let's get into it. We're already starting with Daemon's necklace that he gave her.
Next.
And now a child.
So are these all eligible bachelors?
If chosen as your match, princess, your day shall be easy and night safe.
Oh, God bless him. Poor kid.
The princess has a dragon, you dumb.
Who's this guy?
Craven.
Oh? Wow! I'm so happy for that little kid. God bless you. He's my new favorite character. Daemon's home. Caraxes is such a good boy. I love Caraxes so much. Truly, I think he's my favorite dragon I've ever seen in this Westeros world. Daemon's got a new haircut and a really cool crown to match.
Add it to the chair.
Wow.
Once we smash the Triarchy, they name me King of the Narrow Sea.
I'm not sure Viserys is gonna like that very much.
But I know that there is only one true king, Your Grace.
Oh, okay.
My crown and the stepstones are yours.
And Viserys is gonna fall for it, right? I mean, come on. There is no way that Daemon's being genuine here. I love Daemon, but I do know that there's probably a plan to this. I mean, he's not just coming back here for nothing, and so I don't know if I trust it. And also Viserys, I mean, I am so tired of this guy getting stepped on.
Perhaps Prince Daemon would care for a tour of the gallery.
Would you like to see the tapestry?
Poor Alicent is just trying to be nice and humble and welcoming.
Have every young knight and lord in the Seven Kingdoms fawning over you. What misery.
That is very true.
How romantic it must be to get imprisoned in a castle and me to squeeze out to heirs.
Yeah, that's Alicent's life now, isn't it?
I am glad you are home. I find I have few friends lately.
I've missed you too.
Wow, the dynamic has changed so much. I guess Rhaenyra's forgiven her. To be honest, I find that really, really clever and mature of Rhaenyra, because Rhaenyra does need to understand that this wasn't her doing.
You've matured yourself these last 4 years, Princess.
I really don't like the tension between them. It makes me feel so uncomfortable. Yeah, maybe that's why she's scorned by childbirth. That's a really beautiful line. It's really interesting to see Alicent kind of hone in on her responsibilities, even though it must be so exhausting for her. It's interesting to see how she takes pride in her role, even though it's not her favorite thing to do. I find that very inspiring, kind of. What is this? Is there a secret passageway? Wow, that is so cool. I would love to live in the Red Keep, even though Winterfell is my home. She's dressed as a boy. Of course it's Daemon. Of course Daemon is trying to sneak her out of the castle.
Fuck off, boy.
He called me boy.
I get that Rhaenyra is having fun, but at the same time she is too trusting. What if something bad were to happen? Wake up!
You have a far kinder touch than they do.
Thank you, husband.
It's so interesting seeing the contrast between what Rhaenyra is doing and what Alicent is doing in one night.
Who will it be? The brother, the daughter, or the little princeling of 3?
I love that we're back in watching plays on Game of Thrones. I love how they use plays for exposition and to see the perspective of the common folk. It's really, really interesting. I love it.
4 copper street rat in King's Landing we pay for our pleasures.
Hey, stop, boy!
Wait, I'll find him.
Rhaenyra is just attracting more attention to herself.
And who might you be running from now?
It's the Hobbit.
Princess.
Oh god, see? See? Now she's screwed. Now she's screwed.
Who knows when our next taste freedom?
They are too close. He is her uncle. Please don't do this.
Pardon me, Your Grace. The king has requested your presence.
The hour is quite late.
Yes, Your Grace.
There's a contrast. There is a contrast. I'm not sure if I can show that in the reaction, but I just saw Alicent and Viserys. Why did I need to see that? Why did Daemon take her to a place like this? This is... No. She's clearly very uncomfortable. No. My god, how am I gonna edit this? How am I gonna edit this? He pulled away. Very interesting. Very interesting. Maybe he realized that what he was doing was wrong? Or maybe he felt like he was going too far? I don't know. A little kid saw them. Oh, goodness, I love Viserys, but this is just so gross. I feel so bad for Alicent. You know, you never really think of the prospects of it, and just seeing it literally was just, whoa.
My helmet.
Is Rhaenyra hot and bothered, so she wants to... This is so irresponsible. Rhaenyra is just losing it. He said stop. Why does he look very uncomfortable? I don't know how I feel about this scene. She does have a charm about her, but I can't tell if he's really into this or not. Okay, so he's into it. It's okay. I wish she would have been honest with him before it happened about what happened just previous, but... Whoa, how old is she? I swear I thought Rhaenyra was like 17. How old is Millie Alcock? I mean, this is kind of weird.
A messenger brings word from the White Worm.
That's the kid! That's the kid who saw them! Is he like Otto's little bird?
Am I your prisoner?
As I was once yours.
Wow, I almost forgot about Miss Arya. It's good to see her back. Even though I really didn't like the accent, it's good to see her character back.
You never were one to stay idle.
Is that the kid? Was that the same kid?
You can pay for the room on your way out.
Wait, there's so much to unpack with that.
I have discomforting news. I thought it best shared discreetly before the council convenes.
Otto's gonna use it to his advantage to ruin Rhaenyra's reputation. Oh my days. He is such a snake.
The princess was spied last evening. In a pleasure house.
Ah.
They were engaged in behaviors unbecoming of a maiden.
This is so messy.
You enter my bedchamber, accusing my daughter of something. Now speak it plainly.
He wants him to outright say it. Oh my days.
Have this rumor monger brought before me at once, and I will take their eyes.
I mean, is it true? Is it not true? Kind of yes, kind of no.
And several of the servants have now admitted to seeing her, creeping through the gates from King's Landing, disguised as a page.
See, this is the thing. He's kind of right in a way. Rhaenyra, why did you do all of that? What did you think would happen? What did you think people would think if that were to happen? I'm not saying, oh, people's opinions are so important, but they also kind of are. Perception is really important for people of this standard.
Do you wish to have your blood on the Iron Throne so badly that you are willing to destroy mine own?
Oh, I totally agree that Otto is using this to his advantage, and he's really, really up in everybody's business, but he's also not really wrong. It's so convoluted, it's so messy, it's so rich, I love it. But if I'm being honest, I do think that Rhaenyra really messed up. And I think Rhaenyra was somewhere that she really shouldn't have been. I mean, it's one thing to go out and experience the world, and it's another thing to go to a place where everybody is just going absolutely berserk and,
Princess, I have a message from the Queen.
I guess Kristen found out. Oh, goodness. See, Rhaenyra, this is why you need to be honest. This is why you need to be upfront with people. I'm gonna be honest, Rhaenyra was behaving very immaturely, like, the past 20 minutes, and I don't like it.
My father has made some worrying allegations about you.
Your father accused me of something.
That you f***ed Damon in a pleasure house.
Ooh, okay, well, she technically didn't, but it does look very bad.
This is a vile accusation.
You Targaryens do have queer customs.
Oh,
Your Grace, sister, you must know I would never. You cannot believe such gossip.
yeah, but you did it with Kristen Cole. What?
I am the princess. To question my virtue is an act of treason.
Look, I love Rhaenyra, but this, she's just lying through her teeth, and it's just,
So you are accusing me of slanders?
I only want to help you, Rhaenyra.
That's true. She came to you to tell you about it. She learned her lesson, and now she's coming to you when there's a problem.
Damon never touched me. I swear this to you, upon the memory of my mother.
Okay, well, that is literally a lie, because he did touch her. I'm losing it.
It was foolish of you to place yourself in a position where your virtue could even come into question.
I 1000% stand with Alicent on that specific point. You should not be in a place like that. Not just her, just anyone.
The king demands an audience, my friend.
Oh dear, Viserys is gonna kill him. Viserys is gonna murder him. Daemon's dead, you guys. This is it. This is the last straw.
You defiled her.
Daemon is so careless. He knew this was gonna rile everybody up, and he took off her hat on purpose. He wanted everybody to see that it was Rhaenyra Targaryen and Daemon.
I have spent a lifetime defending you, but your heart is even blacker than I thought. I should disinherit her.
Oh, okay, that's a bit extreme, but I do agree with the black heart thing. Daemon is just sick, and I love it.
I want Rhaenyra. I'll take her as she is and wed her in the tradition of our house.
Oh, wow. That was his play. That's exactly why he did it and made sure that they would get caught. He is such a manipulative, scheming little rat. I love it.
Of course. It's not my daughter you lust for, is it? It's my throne.
Classic. This show is so good. Everybody's scheming. Even when it's intimate moments, there are schemes and agendas behind it. I really love that shot.
It is not in Rhaenyra's nature to be deceitful. I cannot say the same for your brother.
It's really cool to see Alicent backing Rhaenyra. Even though Rhaenyra did lie through her teeth to her face.
She swore to me that she remains a maiden. And I believe her.
Well, that is just not true. And I really feel bad for Alicent because Alicent has a big heart and she just trusts people. I know that what Rhaenyra did was a really big deal and I know that she could get into serious trouble for it. But in my opinion, me as a person, if you do something, just own up to it. If you want to do something, you clearly wanted to, just take credit for it. Own up to it. Be a man about it. And Rhaenyra is just being totally sneaky. And I get that because she is a woman, I know that they preface that really, really clearly. Because she's a woman, she cannot do that. But she didn't lie to Viserys. She lied to Alicent, another woman.
That dagger once belonged to Aegon the Conqueror.
That dagger has seen so much.
The last of the Valyrian pyromancers hid his song in the steel.
Oh, wow. That's so cool. I never knew that detail.
From my blood come the prince that was promised.
Jon, I miss you so much.
Responsibility I have handed to you. It is larger than you and your desires.
Oh, that was a really great segue.
The truth does not matter, Rhaenyra. Only perception. You have exposed yourself.
That is very true. I totally understand exactly where Viserys is coming from. It's not necessarily about what you did, but it's also about how people see it.
So I can be a remedy for your political headaches.
You are my political headache.
Oh, what a great line. I love that comeback.
And what will you do about the vulture who perches upon your throne? He wants Aegon to be named heir. And he will stop at nothing to see it done.
Yeah, that's really, really true. Otto is manipulating him and using this information about Rhaenyra to be a schemer. Everybody in this show is a schemer with an agenda, and Viserys is so blind to that.
I will do my duty as heir and with Sir Laenor. But you must first do yours as king.
Oh, she's giving him an order now.
You are the man that taught me how to be king. Well, you honor me, your grace.
This is so sad coming from Viserys.
How long did it take you to choose yourself over your king?
Ooh.
But Alicent, she took me through the worst of my grief. She was a calculated distraction. I only now realize how well calculated it was.
Finally! Finally!
Your interests no longer align with those of the realm. Your judgment has been compromised.
Finally! Oh my goodness, Viserys, you are finally standing up! Oh, you're done. Otto, you're out. You're out. Piss off. Oh my goodness.
The crown and the realm both owe you a debt that can never be repaid. But I can no longer trust your judgment.
Oof. Oh my goodness, I loved that. That was so wonderful to see.
I took great care in its preparation.
What is that?
It will rid you of any unwanted consequences.
Oh, so it's like the morning after pill, but medieval? So that's where we're ending. That's a really interesting place to end the episode. After careful consideration, I think that Rhaenyra really messed up this episode for many reasons. Firstly, her going off with Daemon was a bad idea, and I really wish that Rhaenyra didn't let her emotions get the best of her, and I wish that she could have been a bit more assertive about the situation. In my opinion, if I were Rhaenyra, as soon as we went into a brothel, I would have dipped. I would have told him, hey, listen, firstly, this is inappropriate. Secondly, you are a family member. I know that they're Targaryens, but then just everything that led up after it, her getting with Daemon and then just coming back home and kind of manipulating Criston Cole, using him, it just because it was in that context. I get that there was something brewing between them, but the fact that she just got with Daemon and then he rejected her and then she went off to Criston Cole, I'm so glad that he found out because he deserves better. You are using him. That's not cool. And I would say the exact same thing if a guy did that. These are just my morals. This is just how I see the world and how I like to carry myself and my interpretations of right versus wrong. but it was so juicy. I mean, on a show standpoint, I was floored watching this episode. I will say, as usual, just like episode 1, I think the nudity, especially in this episode, was a bit too gratuitous for me. It was a bit over the top, and I think it was unnecessary. I understand that the entire purpose of that was to show you that, hey, look, Daemon took her to a brothel. This is really crazy. But you can always film things in certain ways so that you don't actually need to show us all of the stuff we saw. I don't know, it just makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't know. I think I just grew out of all of that kind of stuff. I will say it's really interesting to see Alicent and Rhaenyra's relationship develop. I'm so surprised that Rhaenyra forgave her. I didn't think that Rhaenyra had it in her to forgive Alicent. And I also think Alicent haters are going to have a really hard time watching this show, this episode in particular, because Alicent was the one standing up for Rhaenyra, defending her to her dad, coming to Rhaenyra and telling her the truth about what's going on, giving her a heads up and trying to figure out what really happened so she can vouch for her. I think it was really wonderful and honorable of Alicent. I also think the show did a really good job of contrasting Rhaenyra's night out with Alicent's night in with her husband. It's so sad because Rhaenyra is this Alicent is this really innocent, sweet girl who's kind of, she has to obey her king, who's also her husband, while Rhaenyra is out getting into trouble in places that she really, 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 really shouldn't be at. I also think Daemon is just such a little rat, and so is Otto. Daemon, for everything that he was doing, trying to manipulate Rhaenyra, I definitely see it as manipulation, and I think it's interesting because he manipulates her, and then she manipulates Kristen Cole and uses him for her own pleasures. But Daemon specifically took off her hat once they got into the brothel. And that is the place where you should be hidden the most if you were to go there. But he took her hat off, and I find that very, very interesting. It was all a ploy for him to get to marry Rhaenyra, to get what he wanted. It's so interesting. And it's not like he's doing it because he loves her. I'm sure he does, but he's doing it to ascend to power. And I find that very interesting. Similarly, Otto has spies all over King's Landing, just like Littlefinger. But maybe those spies are Mysaria's spies? What? I am so confused because the kid went to Otto and then he went back to Mysaria. I was almost sure that that was the same kid. Sneaky, cheeky little kid. Very interesting indeed. And how Otto used that to his advantage. But this time, he didn't get through with it. He didn't win. He actually really lost. And it was amazing, finally seeing Viserys stand up for himself. My goodness, man. It was wonderful. He finally saw what was happening right in front of him. And I get that it took Rhaenyra to get him to see that, but I'm still happy that it happened because I have been really frustrated, especially last episode, seeing Viserys just get played around like a toy. You are king, bro. Get up. I don't know what I'm gonna do when this season ends. I'm glad that we're getting a season 2 and maybe a 3 and a 4 and a 5, inshallah. But honestly, I just really love reacting to the show for all of you beautiful people. But honestly, if you guys made it to the end of this video, I am begging you to give this video a thumbs up and share it with anybody that you would like to share it with, because editing this is gonna be an absolute crime against me. I don't know how I'm gonna edit this episode. I don't know how I'm gonna edit those scenes, but inshallah, everything goes completely fine. I honestly don't know what to do. It's too much for my liking. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next week for more House of the Dragon. I love this show so much, and I'm always a Stark at heart. Remember that. Never betraying my Stark family. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.